He fed 5,000 people. He solved that problem where there was no food for 5,000 people, and he solved it. He solved the blind man's problem. He solved the lame and the leper's problems. He solved the prostitute's problem and saved her from being stoned. Jesus went around solving problems. And if that is Christ, and Christ is in me, and I know some of you are starting to smile now because you know that God has given you that creative heart to be able to see things that others don't see, to bring solutions to problems that others don't have. And I want to just say this to you, and I know you know this, but it's not because of you, it's because of Christ in you. And when Christ is in you, you start solving problems. And when you start solving problems, you have influence in those people's lives. And you see the church, God has called the church to influence and to serve others and bring solutions to problems. The church can stand many times together and say, oh, in our area we can say, oh, this municipality of ours, oh, this local government of ours, it's bad. What are we doing to make a difference? Oh, there's so much hunger. And there's so much poverty in our area. What is the church doing to change that? Because when we bring solutions, what happens? We become an influencer. And we start influencing people's lives. So if you are the boss at work, if you are the owner of a business, or if you are the manager or the whatever of a business, the best thing for you to do, and I think that is probably part of your work anyway, is to solve the problems. If someone needs a motor car or a bakkie, Willem's there to solve their problem. But the way he solves it determines whether he brings Christ and his salt and light, or whether if you are a boss of a business or of a farm and your people have problems, you're there to help them solve their problems, whether it's their family problems, whether it's their whatever problems they have. If you can bring a solution, I'm not saying be the answer, bring the answer. There's a difference between being the answer. Sometimes we want to be the answer. No, that's not what God has called us to be. He's called us to bring the solution that Christ gives us. He's called us to bring Christ as the answer to their solution. We can make a difference where we go. People were drawn to Christ when they experienced His love and His power to solve a problem in their lives. But it's very important to understand that Christ's primary purpose was not to solve problems. His primary purpose was to do the will of His Father. And when He did the will of His Father, through that, He solved problems. Listen to what He says to the woman at the well in John 4, to His disciples actually, when in John 4, after the woman left Him and they said to Him, Lord, we brought you some food. And Jesus said to them, my food is to do the will of Him who sent me and to accomplish His work. So if we're focused on having Christ in us and living out His will in our lives, just being, not doing. Because when we are just being, we will do. But if we do, it doesn't mean that we are. So don't focus on doing things, focus on being who Christ has called you to do and to enter into the will of the Father. In John 6 verse 38, Jesus said, for I have come down from heaven, not to do my own will, but the will of Him who sent me.